Okay, so in this part of the video is where we go for the gusto. We're gonna demonstrate the benefit of having the Cosmo XL. Up until now, everything you've seen and everything we've done could be done equally as well on either the Cosmo or the Cosmo XL. Wouldn't make a difference, but in this video, we're gonna connect the sanding to the finishing, to the drying, to the sanding of the finish. And in order for that to happen, we need a machine that can work pretty autonomously with flipping the doors and everything, which is what the Cosmo XL does. So I'm hoping in this video that we're gonna demonstrate how much faster it is to connect the processes going to a single piece flow rather than batches moving through the factory. So without further ado, let's go. Now, although the Cosmo XL, right there, fully has the capability of sanding the edges, for this experiment, we're still gonna run the edges through the Ultimate Edge Sander. It's just faster, better. I mean, it would break my heart not to use it. But the Cosmo XL can easily sand edges as well. So without further ado, we're gonna start our next 20 doors that are right behind me. We're gonna start at the edge sander, and we're gonna bring them up here, connecting all of the processes. Okay, so this is gonna be my attempt at explaining what's about to unfold and why. Now, we're connecting the sanding to the spraying, the drying, to the spraying, and back to the sanding, all in a single piece flow fashion. And so where we get that concept of like needing to dry things faster is slowing me down is because when we're batch producing and I'm sanding 20 doors, the first door I sand is just sitting there. So if it takes me 2 hours to sand those 20 doors, the first door has been sitting actually for 2 hours. Then I go to the spray booth and then I have to spray all 20. Well, now I want to sand them. So I'm in a big panic to get them dry. So therefore I need to escalate my drying activity somehow, some way. Whereas in a single piece flow fashion, we're not going to let one of those seconds go to waste. So we're going to sand a door, immediately paint the door. So while we're sanding the next door, the paint is already starting to dry. So by the time we've got to the last door, almost all of the paint is gonna be dry, probably, I'm guessing, on both sides of the door. So what we did, batch processing in 2 hours, I suspect we're gonna get them sanded and painted in the same amount of time. Now, this is gonna happen live. There's way too much footage to edit, so what you're probably gonna see me doing in the video is what I would call a little bit of work balancing between me and the machines and line balancing between the stations. So I'm just gonna start with what my best guess of how much time I need is, and then we're gonna go, and I'm just gonna tweak it as I go. So here we go. Hopefully we capture enough footage to really give everybody an understanding of what's going on. But the important part is gonna be the time, which at the end we'll do a big discussion on each segment of the video that we made. So without further ado, let's go. 56 minutes. Not bad. So if your hair is not blown back right now about how fast that process was, I don't know if there's any help for you. I mean, that was pretty mind-blowing. And when I was running the experiment, I couldn't even believe when it was over. I looked at my watch and it was only 3 hours. That's 3 hours ready to top coat. So top coating would have took another 16 minutes. So 3 hours and 16 minutes, 20 doors, fully finished. That means you're doing 50 doors a day, fully finished, 3 coats, sanded between every coat. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. And I can't wait to see the comments. If anybody starts telling you like, well, they should have done the experiment with 50 doors or 100 doors or 200, it wouldn't have mattered if we did that experiment with 20 doors or 2,000 doors. If someone's telling you that, that's to the extent that they don't understand flow and they don't understand what they just saw. So just do the math on that. That is 9 minutes a door. Pretty much, I mean, if you wanted to top coat them too, that would be 10 minutes per door, labor hours, sanded and fully finished, 10 minutes. I mean, that's very, very cost-effective way to do your finishing. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that demonstration on single piece flow. I don't know if you watched the whole playlist because we really wanted to build that story and help everybody understand the cost of hand sanding, the cost of doing it with a robot, the cost of doing it without the robot, the cost of hand spraying, the cost of machine spraying, and then wrap it up with this video where we connect all the processes. So just remember, the power is really in connecting the processes. That's what we did there. We connected the spraying and the sanding and the drying, which everybody says, oh, we're gonna dry faster, and it's just simply not true. It's not the problem. But this lesson can apply anywhere in your factory, and we'd love to help you understand that. You know, feel free to give us a call anytime. But the basic principles of connecting processes is very simple, and this is why it's so powerful. If you have a disconnected process here, and it's, you know, well, we'll use the sanding, for example. Say it's 5 minutes to sand a door, and then it's another 3 minutes to spray the door, and another 2 minutes to dry the door. Now, if you connect that 5 minutes to that 3 minutes, in that you're doing them one right after the other, that time here vanishes. So your 5 minutes, which was what was 5 minutes plus 3 minutes, it was 8 minute process. As soon as you connect them, that 3 minutes disappears. So your 8 minute process now just turns into 5. And if you can connect the drying to that, which would have been a 10 minute process, if you connect them all, every time you connect one on the end, that time disappears. And that's the magic of connecting processes. And that's why we want to do it through the entire organization, not just finishing, through every process that you have in whatever business you're doing. It works like a charm. So I hope you enjoyed this as much as we enjoyed making it. Now, get back to work. Let's make some improvements and connect some processes.